So today is Saturday, so we have two things to do, two projects going on. One, rewire the ABS from front to back, and two, you guys can see we got this done yesterday as well. So all the nice new looms, you can see a nice positive wire going from that. I have it double wired, and everything over here all cleaned up. You guys can see just how nice all that looks now, you know? Looks as factory as I could get it. And all this, we got the auxiliary tank in the back. We have our windshield lights, which are up there. And we have the air horn. So all that's installed. We did get the wire harness for this ran last night. It comes up through, I have it loomed inside here, all the way up through. And then back here is kind of a cluster. I need to go over that at some point. I probably will when we redo the gauges at some point. But all that wiring runs to over there. So now I got to do the other side because we have the harness back here. So we need to wire in. I did verify they worked too. So I took them all to positive. I have it grounded back here inside the mirror. And then this lights up white and it lights up yellow. So we're going to get that running. I never hooked up the dimmer feature for these. So I'm going to run this to the dimmer, the 12 volt source, which we might be able to get from back here. And then I'm going to hook the white wire straight up to whatever the dimmer of this goes to, and then that will give us the running light, and then we just need to hook in a turn signal. That's wrong. We also need to hook up the underlight under here, so that will get hooked to that. All right, so here's the string of wire that we've made. You guys will see if I touch. Let's go with the white wire first. We'll put the white wire to positive. You can see that we have that one. We'll take the red wire to positive. We have a light. And then we will take the yellow wire, which is their turn signal wire. We'll take that. There you go. So, there you go. Now we just need to run. What I do is I'll take this whole harness and I'll splice all three at the end together with a cheap shitty butt connector. Then I'll run it down through, back through one of these holes. I think it was this one right here. I'll run it from there down into here, up through, and then I'll loom it, you know, from like here to there. That way it's all together, and then we'll run it to our separate places. We're gonna run the white one up the pillar, up to there to meet with the other one. And then that'll go off of the whatever those lights are, the dome lights. And then the white wire here, I'll probably just run over to there to meet up with the other one. And then the yellow wire here, I got to figure out where we need to run that one, because that one needs to go to the front right turn signal. All right, so you can see how we got it nicely through here. And then now we have it coming out through here. So unfortunately, you cannot loom this going through there, but you can see all the wires go through there. So this is its own loom. Once we get it in here, that's where it turns into its separate harness. So we'll run, you know, our locations. But like this, I know I tried to like not talk shit about the previous owner, but like this truck has just been a nightmare since day one. Now I haven't had any issues with it in a while. Mind you, once I did all the oil leaks and stuff, I know it still needs injectors. I just know it still needs a transmission, but it still runs and drives great. But it's these little rigged things that just like this tells me right here someone should not be working on a truck. Like, it's just, like, dude was super cool until it came down to like actually going and just, because I bought it sight unseen, right? So I know it's part of that's my fault. But, like, I got there, and then dude was, like, totally quiet. Like, sign the title over, get it out of there, left, good to go. Like, all that I was told about this truck was it was tuned, that's it. So, I mean, I did notice things like the new turbo and whatnot, but, like, this thing's just been a nightmare. Transmission's been leaking, the transmission slipped, like, just all this other stuff. Like, so everything that I've gone through and fixed on it, like, it runs and drives great now, but it's, like, little things like this. Just, I don't know, just put the correct stuff on there, I guess. I don't know what to say at this point. I'm going to fix that, but, like, it's just annoying. You guys saw what it looked like before. Like, that just cleans it up so much better. There's no wires exposed. And we can throw that back in there without worry that it's going to hit any of that. All right, so once you get this piece out, this is not hard at all. what I like to do is I'll run the wiring through one of the corner, like one of those sides, since there's only 3 little ones. We're not doing a bunch of stuff, just 3 little tiny wires. So I'll take something like a pick, push it through the whole way, and then I'll pull on this the whole way out through. Like I said, this butt connector gets thrown away, these ends get cut off, all that stuff, it all gets redone. But that's how I get that in through there. Unfortunately, can't film and whatnot, but you see that? Took me 2 seconds. Literally, it did not take any time at all. So now we'll pull that through, make sure we don't knot it up on one side, because that's what's going to want to happen. These thin wires like to do that. We'll go next step. All right, now you can see all nice and run through the side, and then these will go in there. And you can turn this into its own harness on the inside. You do have to unclip it from here. It's not a big deal. So we're going to throw that clip in there, route this wire down. I need to pull this out. And it's these little details, like, if you guys don't realize, I've bought so many vehicles. I'd like to say I've had 55-ish cars at this point in my life in the last 10 years. And I will say I've seen guys literally run the wire through here. Dumb. I've seen guys, I had one car, it was an old Mitsubishi Starion. The guy had the boost gauge run through the door pillar, so when you close the door, the boost gauge would stop working. Like, some of these little details matter, like this. Like, yeah, I don't like that the wire harness is from factory or like this, but, you know, it is what it is. But, like, you know, little details like wire loom and stuff like that, actually making harnesses, starting to kind of make me enjoy wiring a little bit more. I kind of got busy and just started tearing into it. So we got the side lights working. You guys will see. Watch this. Bam. And then you hit the alarm to lock the truck. Bam. Shuts off. So those are done. Trying to think what else. Yeah, so this and this. Oh, there's the, I was looking for that. We also got the, let me turn the key on for you. I didn't do the turn signal yet because I want to get that other truck done first. But I got the main stuff that I wanted done. So if I turn the key on, you can see it dims now. So if you guys are ever looking to hook up like gauges and do it like nicely, because I know a lot of guys like hook these things up and they just look like shit. There we go. So what I found is just run the gauge up to the cab lights. I got this one here, both sides, they kind of go up, and I loomed all of it together. So that has a harness, and then up to the dash camera that I just smashed and broke because it didn't work. So just, that's gone. I need to grab another one of those. So there's a harness for that, the cab lights, so everything goes together. It's all nice and neat behind the dash. Everything is nice. The only thing we have left, like I said, is a yellow wire that we got to run up on the turn signals on each side, which we will do that probably at the same time that I install these guys here. I gotta install these resistors. So no, we do not have the turn signals hooked up in here, but it is what it is. I'm actually a little disappointed with these because for what these were, they're like 70 bucks. And they look good and everything, but when you turn them on, they're not really that like nice bright white that I was expecting. Let me show you guys what I mean. So if I turn my lights on, like they're white, but they're like a dirty white. Like whereas these are a nice bright white. You can see the differences. Like, and even the cab lights, like they're nice, but it's like a dimmer white. I don't know. We'll see if we like them. If someone has a better solution to those, let me know. But I definitely like the Switchback, and it was the only one I could find. Like I said, they weren't exactly the cheapest thing in the world. 70 bucks for just this little light here, but there you go. All right, so we're gonna call on this one. It's about 3 o'clock now. I've went through and done all the wiring from the back up to the front, repaired whatever was done before, and the sensor is still reading, I think it was like 8100 some mile or RPM or something, so it's reading its max. There's a short somewhere. He needs the truck, so we're gonna probably end up taking care of this next time. Also, it threw a boost solenoid code, so we got the check engine light out for the grid heater and then the boost solenoid code through, which is to be expected because I feel like I did show you guys this video, but like, yeah, it's gone. You guys can see up there the wastegate solenoid's gone. There's the line kind of off of it. But yeah, She might need some motor mounts at some point because those bolts are not 100% tight and they're a little rusty. But for what it is, probably an oil pan in the near future. It sucks how much money is really thrown at this truck, and it does need a couple other things. I know the rear airbags are under warranty, but those are kind of rotted out for what it is. So I know we can get the bags. Not sure if anything's wrong with the bags. I do know that the line pulled out of that one, but that one, all the screws pulled out of them when we lifted it up. So you guys will see we got a nice new pigtail under there. But again, the sensor was replaced as well. It's reading max, even with the thing plugged in or unplugged. So it doesn't matter. So now, unfortunately, after everything's taken care of, still have an ABS light, still have a check engine light. So hopefully sometime next week we can get this back in here and finish it completely. This sensor is perfect now. There's no issues with this one. That sensor back there, we've replaced the pigtail and whatnot and done the wiring all the way to about the halfway point. So something is going on from up here. We have to, go through and... it's going to be a fun diagnostic because we can ohm it out from down under the truck where somebody spliced into. This has the ABS pump as well. So we'll just have to come in here and see what's going on down in there. Hopefully it's something simple and I can get this thing out for this guy. If you guys, like I said, if anyone's interested in this truck for 20, it's about what he's into it. Definitely need to, that's what he needs to get to kind of break even on it. Let me know, and I mean, you guys can see what it needs, what it doesn't need, what's all been replaced. Like, it's got a ton of new stuff. Still haven't quite figured out the exhaust brake. We're kind of thinking that because that line pulled out, that's probably what's going on. He's coming to pick this up, and I will let you guys know. And then as for the lights on this thing, I had to get these done. This one has the parts are coming. And we got more next week. So trying to get as much in as possible. We did go and look at a few shops. We're going to be trying, hopefully in the next month or so, hopefully to be in the first of the month in something. But we'll see. So we got more work than just this. This is just what's in the shop right now. And you also, guys, you got to keep in mind too, some customers don't like to have their stuff filmed, and then other customers request to have plates, and then other customers don't care. So those are the three different types. So some guys... like between these two, these guys don't care. This, obviously mine, I need to get some of the stuff wired for DOT, and I have to do some of the stuff for promotional stuff. So stuff that comes in, I get paid to, like these lights, kind of get paid to promote some of the stuff like these and whatnot. Like I said, these ones I paid for myself, but like we got the lights in there. We got the cab lights up there, little things like that. Also had to deal with the ABS light on this one. Previous owner, now this video is getting a little long, but previous owner kind of had this wire here and broke that. So, but all in all, testing products out, seeing what works for you guys on top of doing everything else. Tired of working on my own stuff too, but it is what it is. It gets good views, but let me know what you guys think about those, and we'll go from there. Aux beam light bar. If you guys want one of them, there's links in the description. Go check them out. Part Sam, those lights up there. Or if you guys want these guys here, I'm going to ask if he wants some LED headlights because he doesn't have LEDs. If you guys are interested, I might toss him. Part Sam sent these out as well. So, might be able to try these in his truck. I'll ask him. And if he says yes, we'll throw these in next week and I'll do a video on them. If he does not, I don't see why he'd say no. I mean, they're free. I'm not going to charge him to throw LED headlights at him if I'm getting paid for it and sponsored and whatnot. So, appreciate you guys. This is pretty much going to do it. If you guys have work, if you guys need anything, cpstevemiller.com website's getting worked on. Steve at cpstevemiller.com. Liam's in here helping. And, yeah, mud flap. Link in the description. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Later. Also, guys, if nobody buys this thing... part out possibly, if one of you guys, somebody buy it, so that, yeah, so if not, probably gonna get parted out.